Hello friends, welcome all of you in Rayat online school education for junior college project. In previous video, we discuss on stationary waves, formation of stationary waves, equation of stationary waves on a stretched string. So today we discuss on new point of this topic. Let's see new point of this topic. So today we discuss the points, and the points are: first point, it is properties of stationary waves. Second point, comparison or distinguish between progressive and stationary waves. And third, today's discussion point, it is free and forced vibrations. So today we focus on 3 points of this topic, that is properties of stationary waves, distinguish point between progressive and stationary waves, free and forced vibrations. So let's see one by one point of this topic. See this image, this one is the diagram for the stationary waves. As we know that when two identical waves traveling along the same path in opposite direction interfere, that means superimpose with each other, the resultant wave, it is called as the stationary wave. This one is the first wave, this one is the second wave. When they are interfere with each other, stationary wave is formed. Let's see formation of the stationary waves. Two waves interfere, and see in this image formation of the stationary waves. One more image for your clear understanding. This is also the formation of the stationary waves. From this we can define some properties of the stationary waves. Let's see what are the properties of stationary waves. The first property of stationary waves, it is they are produced due to superposition of two identical waves traveling through a medium along the same path in opposite direction. Let's see the second property. If the two identical transverse progressive waves superimpose, the resultant wave is a transverse stationary wave. Similarly, if the two identical longitudinal progressive waves superimpose, that means interfere with each other, the resultant wave, it is a longitudinal stationary waves. Let's see one more another property of stationary waves. The points at which amplitude of particles of the medium is minimum, that means 0, it is called as the nodes or the node point. The another property, it is the points at which amplitude of the particles of the medium is maximum, these are called as the antinodes. See in this diagram, this one is the node point, points at which amplitude of particles it is minimum, that means 0, and this one is the antinode points, point at which amplitude of the particle it is the maximum. Minimum amplitude called as the node point, maximum amplitude called as the antinode point. Let's see another property of stationary waves. This one is the very important property. The distance between two successive or consecutive nodes is lambda by 2, and the distance between two successive antinodes is also lambda by 2. Remember, distance between two successive nodes and two successive antinodes, it is the lambda by 2. Next property, it is nodes and antinodes are produced alternately. The distance between node and adjacent antinode, it is lambda by 4. Remember, distance between node and adjacent antinode, it is lambda by 4. Let's see in this diagram. See, node point, first node point, second node point, two successive node points, distance it is the lambda by 2. Similarly, antinode point, next antinode point, successive antinode points, distance it is the lambda by 2. And remember here, distance between the node point and its adjacent antinode point, the distance it is the lambda by 4. Let's see the next point. Amplitude of vibration varies periodically in space. This one is the property of stationary waves. And the next property is, though all the particles possess energy, there is no propagation of energy. Remember, in the stationary wave, there is no transfer of energy. The wave is localized and its velocity is 0. See in this diagram. Amplitude of vibration varies periodically in space. There is no transfer of energy because the wave is localized and its velocity is 0. Stationary wave, it is also called as the standing wave because velocity it is 0. Let's see the next point. See some diagram. This one is the musical instrument called as the violin. And second musical instrument, it is the tanpura. These musical instruments, that is violin or tanpura, these are based on the principle of the stationary waves. The next point of today's video, it is the difference point. That means difference between progressive waves and stationary waves or the standing waves. Let's see what are the difference point between these two waves. The first point is, in the progressive wave, disturbance travel from one region to other region with definite velocity. That means progressive wave possess definite velocity. In stationary waves, as we know that disturbance remains in the region, the velocity of wave it is the 0. It is called as the standing wave. Next difference point it is, in progressive waves, they are produced when disturbance is created in the medium. And in stationary waves, they are produced due to interference. As we know that there are two identical progressive waves traveling in opposite directions. So stationary waves are produced due to the interference effect. The next point of difference it is, in progressive waves, there is transfer of energy. And as we know that in the stationary wave, these are standing waves. So here no transfer of energy. Let's see some another point of the difference between progressive and stationary waves. The next difference point between progressive and stationary wave, it is, in case of progressive wave, every particle vibrates with same amplitude. Remember, in progressive wave, every particle vibrates with same amplitude, and in stationary wave, amplitude of vibration is different for different particles. In progressive wave, phase change from particle to particle occur. Remember, in progressive wave, phase change from particle to particle occur. In stationary waves, all the particles in the same loop have the same phase, while the particles in the adjacent loops are in opposite phase. So these are the major difference point between progressive and the stationary waves. Let's see the next point. Next point is the natural frequency. Definition first we see, the frequency at which an object tends to vibrate when it hit, plucked or disturbed, it is known as its natural frequency. For a clear understanding, see this image. Image of the pendulum. When simple pendulum is pulled aside and released, it performs free vibration with its natural frequency. Similarly, see one more image. Similarly, when string of guitar is plucked at some points, it performs free vibration with its natural frequency. So from this we discuss the new point, it is, and the new point is the free vibration. So let's see the definition of the free vibration. A vibration in which force is applied once and the system is allowed to vibrate at its natural frequency. In free vibration, natural frequency is considered. So in this free vibration, a body continuously loses energy due to frictional resistance of the surrounding medium, and amplitude of vibration goes on decreasing. The vibrations of the body stop and body comes to the rest. The example, it is the simple pendulum. Next point, it is forced vibration. Let's see, in forced vibration, the vibrations of a body in response to an external periodic force are called as the forced vibration. In forced vibration, external periodic force or external force, it is very important. The body is made to vibrate with a frequency equal to that of the external applied force. Amplitude of forced vibration depends upon difference between frequency of external periodic force and its natural frequency. So in forced vibration, external periodic force is major role. See this diagram. Vibration produced due to tuning force of the two different frequencies are different as they are in the forced vibrations. Let's see the difference point between free vibration and forced vibration. We know that in free vibration, they are produced when the body is disturbed from its equilibrium position, and in forced vibration, they are produced by an external periodic force. Similarly, in free vibration, frequency of free vibration depends on the body. It is called as its natural frequency. And in forced vibration, as we know that frequency of forced vibration is equal to that of the external periodic force. Free vibration depends on its natural frequency. Forced vibration depends on its applied external periodic force. Free vibration example, best example, it is simple pendulum, and forced vibration example, it is a musical instrument. These are the major difference point between free vibration and forced vibration. So let's see this. This one is the image. When external force is applied on the first fork, it produces the forced vibrations. It is for your clear understanding. Let's see one more. Consider a two pendulum system here. One pendulum is vibrating with its natural frequency and cause another pendulum to vibrate. The second pendulum absorbs energy transmitted by the first object and starts vibrating. The second object is said to undergo the forced vibration. So here external periodic force is major role. The next point, it is what is meant by resonance. Let's see definition for this. If a body is made to vibrate by an external periodic force whose frequency is equal to natural frequency of the body vibrates with maximum amplitude. This phenomena is called as the resonance. Remember definition, it is very important. We recall this definition once again. If a body is made to vibrate by an external periodic force whose frequency is equal to the natural frequency of the body And remember, the body vibrates with its maximum amplitude. This is called as the resonance. So friends, today we discuss on the properties of the stationary waves, difference point between progressive and stationary waves, free and forced vibration. So in the next video, we discuss the new point of this topic.